Hey everybody, it is Thursday, December 11th. We are back out here in Dixie, Georgia. We've been out here a couple of times at this point. We are going to be performing repair tests on 3 of the 4 slopes that have not been paid for. This started out as just spot repairs on every slope of the roof. We've been out here a couple of times. We did a repair test on site with the adjuster that they said passed. Came back after that, initiated a repair here that they acknowledged has failed. So they totaled out this and this here. So this whole section here, about a square, and then this whole front slope, they totaled out. So today we are focusing on the other 3 slopes. We still have a couple of things that are up for discrepancy on this front slope. Just for instance, how this here ties into this. And of course, this is already paid for, but we will be needing to tarp this before we go. That's a leak right there, undoubtedly. I've got all my tools laid out. I'll probably speed this up to 2 times in the video just because it's going to be a pretty extensive amount of time we're out here doing this repair. We came out here initially, and this was the one wind damage shingle that they marked on this left slope over here. I've got it marked up. We've identified where it starts, where it ends, what will be replaced, and we're going to have to get into this rake over here. I'll more than likely start here, work my way over to this back slope. So as you can see here, this whole shingle is creased. So I was going to start here, and then I noticed that this one right above it is creased as well. I don't want to do a repair and be using this shingle here as an example. So we're going to go ahead and replace this shingle and this shingle on this back slope, and then we're going to make our way over here to what the scope wrote up as the right slope. And we've identified this shingle here starts and ends, and we're going to be working on this right here. You can see here I put TTL, just that's an abbreviation for totaled. They totaled out this at the initial adjuster appointment. Let's get into it. Per usual, I will be recording today's repairs with these AI Meta glasses. Keep in mind that I may run out of battery and have to take like a 20-30 minute break to let them charge back up, just because they aren't that great on battery life when you're out here doing something this extensive. I didn't have it during my initial repair when I was on site with the adjuster, which is why this repair here, they said really that I did it improperly, that I lifted up on it too much. And that may have been the case because I was trying to hold a phone up at the same time I was doing that. So this here, if you're a contractor or even an adjuster, they definitely come in handy in this industry. So highly recommend. You can get them for about $250 right off the Ray-Ban Metal website. They stock them in Oakley's now too. Pretty cool glasses. Okay guys, so we're set up over here on this left slope. This one missing shingle. Got a pitch hopper. It's nice to hold 2 tools on. I have my flat bar to unadhere the shingles. I start from the top, work my way to the bottom. Just the opposite way of how it's installed. I've got the roof snake here to nail back in to minimize the amount of lifting we do to the shingle while we're going back in. I have this mag hatch. It's not really useful with that magnet unless you're doing a new install. This is not softening trim nails. These are 1.25" roofing nails. Just easy for packaging that way. I'll use these scissors to trim this shingle over here on this rake. Got a couple of cap nails in case we need to tarp anything when we're done. And I've got our like make shingle here. So we're just going to get straight into it. Okay, nailed right here again. This is terrible installation. Pop turbine is not the biggest deal. That's the one we're replacing. Okay, that's already popped up. Yep. Is there another nail? No, shouldn't be. That's terrible. Come on, man. Oh. Alright, there's that. I like making, try to piece this together. Yeah, keep mine is trimmed like that, but it seems to fit fairly well. It's the same one we've been using when we come out here. Literally same bundle of shingles I got over here. All right, I'll get this trimmed up and slide it in here and I'll start recording again. We got the shingle trim, slid it in, lined her up, nail it back in. That's why I hate the roof snake. See how brittle this shingle is. Just getting it up in there enough to hit that nail line. That. See how these held up? That's creasing right here. Right there. You see that? That held up really well. And right there at the edge of this one, it's creased. Same here, started to crease like. And this started creasing here in the middle. We'll be back to tarp this. We're gonna move on to the back slope now. Okay guys, for the sake of keeping this video short, I identified a single shingle over here that needs to be replaced. You can see his wind damage, got the crease, so we're gonna avoid getting into all that right there. Let's figure out where this bad boy starts and ends. Right here. Okay, so I'll get this chalk. All right, we're back with a shingle. That's easy. Tricky. Pop through because of where they nailed that at. Now this shingle right here needs to be replaced. That's terrible. Busted the edge of that shingle. Even being that delicate, it started to pop through there. It's not too promising. Okay, that's great. There's 2 nails here. I can be a little rougher on that one because this is the one we're replacing already. So you can see this is a common thing, removing these nails, they popping through these shingles. All right. See if we can't get this bad boy out and then try to remove those nails that are hanging back. Here. Feel for it. All right. There we go. Boom. Okay, the glasses died, so I had to take a break. We're back out here. We've got this one nail in. Okay, so we've got this here, which is this roof's brittle, and to get up on that nail line right about here, it's inevitable that that's going to touch there. So you see that in a couple of spots. See, that held up pretty good. This is creasing, you can see it in there. This is starting to get a little crease right along this area here. And remember when we were removing the old shingle that the nails popped through on these because of the brittleness when we were trying to remove the old shingle. Okay, this is our final slope here. Here's the shingle we're replacing. Let's go ahead and get into it. Crazy the way this thing's nailed. And then just went wild with the nail gun. It's popping through here. See that? That's a fail. That nail pressure was too high. We'll have to come back to that one. So as you can see, we're running into the same problem all over this roof, really, even when we're on the front slope. But to remove this, we have to get the nails out because this shingle runs all the way up to here. But the integrity of this shingle is now compromised because of the way that that nail popped through there. There's not really much that you can do about that. So there's not anything that you can do about that other than start replacing more shingles, which is why we're out here doing this in the first place. See how easy those nails pop. back in. So, for the sake of this video, we're going to go ahead and replace that one shingle that just popped through too. So let me go ahead and identify where that's at. Try to salvage this battery so we can get this done. Okay, right there. So we got 1, 2, 3. Pop through there. Tried to hold it down and save it. Pop through here. Yeah, so now we're just getting into a whole world of trouble. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put this shingle in and just tarp this area. We're going to keep doing the same thing all the way up to this hip, all the way to the ridge.